Dillon, was this what you imagined when you came here with the crowd in front? Sorry, in front. Was this what you imagined, the crowd reacting to your play and you guys play, and I'm sure you didn't want to be down 20, but then to be part of a comeback.
Yeah, I shot it bad to begin with, but the fans stuck with it. I know Phoenix brings out the crowd every single night. We appreciate our fans sticking with us. It's how we play. If we started off better, it could have been a whole different game. But, we fought, we clawed, we stood together. Our bench group brought us in. Grayson played well, CG, and Royce. Mark, coming back from injury was key. And, that's how we play. We figure it out, and we play tough, we play physical, and, we listen to each other on that floor.
Another thing I had was obviously you engage with guys. It's just what you do. And DeRozan, I think it felt like a wear-down effect with you the whole night. Maybe just take me through that one-on-one
Yeah,
challenge.
it was definitely a wear-down effect on, DeMar. He's a great player. Finds a way to get to that free-throw line. We wore down on Zach, too. We couldn't find him in the fourth quarter, which was great, especially, when we found that lead and they needed threes, and that's what they go to. And we just attacked their defense, and we knew that their defense wasn't that strong. They don't got inside protection. And, that first half, we were turning over the basketball. We were, missing shots. But, that's our resilience, and, we're on to the next.
In the second half, it felt like the urgency level was like at a different peak than compared to the first half.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like y'all only gave up maybe 2 3-pointers made in the second half as well. What kind of went into just what you saw from that urgency uptaking?
Our physicality was a lot better. Our bigs were coming over more on that. We were forcing them to drive our closeouts into our bigs for shot blocking. And then we were pushing the break. Once they started missing, we were able to get in transition, find each other, open transition trays, and able to find our closer to close it out.
Dillon, what do you think? This was Coach Ott's first win as a head coach. What do you think that meant for him, and what was the scene in the locker room like?
It was, like you always see. They had a little video for him, his family, congratulating him. While looking at his journey, through the NBA, being an assistant, being a video guy, grinding it out to get to where he is today. And, he's special. He's in that, office at the practice facility every single day till 8, 9 p.m. And I know that because I'm in there too. And, over the summer, he's there rebounding. As a head coach, he's passing the ball, he's into the workouts. You don't see that type of, what's the word? I'm drawing a blank. Consistency, the engagement, as a coach. And he's an offensive wizard. He figures stuff out. And, we really wanted to get this win, especially in this fashion. It feels great. And, we put water all over him and, showered him.
Dillon, congratulations on your first win with the team. Coach mentioned you have an amazing work ethic. He said you were one of the first guys to be here in the arena. Can you please tell us about your level of preparation prior to this game and your level of excitement?
Yeah, I might have been too excited. I was, missing some easy shots that I make. But, this is the first season that, I never had really no nerves. I feel like I was prepared. I knew where my spots were. I knew if I was going to, miss or make, to stick with it. And, the past 2 summers, I've been putting in a lot of work, trusting it. Shout out to my trainer, David Tyndall. Both of us, been working resiliently every single day. I even got up at like 6:30, couldn't sleep, and came to the gym and got some shots up. But just trusting the work every single day and, keep recovering, take care of my body for these games.
Dillon, you could call that a first impression for you with the fans, but they seem to be familiar with you, right? Did you get that sense that they knew where you would impact the game?
Yeah, on a defensive end, making, plays and honestly, just, revving up my teammates to, be confident and make plays for each other and, ultimately, get stops.
Is that wear down effect, you think, something you guys can rely on over the course of the season, knowing if you play that hard in the fourth quarter, teams will fold?
Oh, yeah. I know that from every team I played on, and is that if you're able to play hard every single night, there's teams that are not willing to do that. And, especially, in the first game, the good test, we're able to, show to ourselves that we can do it at any given night. And, we're confident we're going to keep moving forward.
Dillon, throughout training camp, it felt like the main theme around training camp was just the intensity of the practices. How did you see that intensity translate from practices where you guys are scrimmaging to a live game scenario like tonight?
I almost felt the same, just with a whole bunch of fans in it. I think we were, kind of getting tired of going against each other. Especially me, I caught a little elbow in one of the practices, but we, play hard. We push each other. We have energy every single day, and it's endless energy. When you got a bunch of young guys mixed with a couple, vets, that gives you life. It gives you youth, and we get right back at it, tomorrow. Appreciate it.